Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. I thought I would film another what I eat in a day video. It's been several weeks since I've done one of these, so let's get started. So my day usually starts out with packing lunches, so I am starting with packing Adam's lunch. I am making him a wrap, so I've got a whole wheat wrap and I put some everything aioli on it from Chapin Farms. It's really, really good. If you ever find it at your grocery store, I would highly recommend it. I'm going to put some turkey on there, and then I'm going to layer on some of this sandwich size pepperoni that I got at Sam's Club. It's really great. And then I also am going to put on some Swiss cheese and some lettuce. So I'm just going to wrap that up, give it a squeeze so it stays together. And then I normally like to pack these in like a container so that I can make sure that they stay together and don't fall apart in a bag. And then next I'm going to make him up like a little snack box. So I'm going to do some white cheddar cheese cubes and then some peanuts and some dried cranberries. So sort of like those Sargento balanced breaks, only homemade. Now I'm going to struggle with this a little bit, but I wanted to make sure that the wrap stayed intact. And so I put a bag of those Oh Snap pickles on top, and it was just to keep everything together. And then I actually ended up using one of my bands from a bento box to wrap around it. Let me know if you guys are interested in lunch videos. I used to film more of kids lunch videos when I did fancier lunches for them, but I do pack lunch for Adam every once in a while too. So let me know if you would be interested in those. So after I get everyone else situated, then it's time for me to have my coffee. So I'm having some water, and then I'm also having one of these B8 like sparkling energy drinks. They're really good. And in my coffee, I put some of the Nut Pods creamer. I really like this flavor. It is the Holiday Nog. Okay, so it's about 9:30. I'm gonna make myself some breakfast. I have all of the things to make avocado toast. I haven't had it in forever, so I decided that's what I'm gonna do this morning. So let me show you what I've got here. I have some extra virgin olive oil, some arugula. I'm actually gonna do sort of like an avocado toast topped with like a little bit of arugula salad. The first time I had it like this was actually when we were on vacation one time, and we were staying at this like bougie Marriott in Kansas City, and they had this avocado toast dressed with arugula, and I just thought it was so delicious. So that's how I kind of do it anytime I make avocado toast now. I've got salt and pepper, some lemon, and avocado that I think should be about perfectly ripe. This is the kind of bread I'm going to use. This is whole grain bread. It is the Brownberry brand. And then I've got just a little bit of feta cheese here. I'm probably just going to put just a tiny bit of that on there. And then one other thing that I always do, which you guys know if you watch my weekend prep videos, is I try to have produce prepped and ready in the refrigerator. So I've got some cherry tomatoes in here all washed up that I'm going to top this with as well. I'm also going to have some water. I actually got this ready last night. It's just water in a reusable water bottle, and I shook it up with one of the sugar-free, water flavoring packets. But having stuff like this in the fridge always helps me get more water in. So I've got a plate here. That's just what I'm going to use to mash this, and I'm only going to use half. It's pretty good actually. I'm impressed. Haven't been too lucky on the avocado game lately, but this seems to be okay. You can also slice it if you want for avocado toast, but I actually feel like I might need a little bit more, so I'm just going to scoop a little bit out of here. So besides helping the avocado not to brown, I just really like the taste of lemon or lime with my avocado. So I'm gonna add a squeeze of lemon juice, some salt, pepper. So that's my avocado spread. And then I'm just gonna take some cherry tomatoes and put them into a bowl with some of the arugula. I love arugula. Arugula is also very delicious on top of quiche if you've never had that before. I'm gonna squeeze it with some lemon juice, drizzle it with just a tiny bit of olive oil, maybe like a teaspoon or less. Add some pepper. Arugula is really peppery anyway, so some salt. Then you just kind of make like this little tossed salad, right? That goes on top of your toast or quiche or whatever you have. All right, here's my bread. You could also put an egg on top of here if you wanted. I'm not particularly fond of that, but I know some people that like the runny egg yolks. It's just not my thing. I've never gotten to like the runny egg. Maybe someday. We'll see. Okay, I think I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of the feta on first. Like not very much at all. Otherwise it can kind of get a little bit overpowering. Then I'm gonna add the arugula. FYI, this is not a super neat meal. It's kind of gets messy, but whatever, it's delicious. All right, so there's my avocado toast with feta and arugula and tomatoes. This is really good if you like a savory breakfast like I most of the time do. So I'm gonna eat this and I will catch up with you guys on my lunch break. All right, so it's about 10:30. I'm gonna have a second cup of coffee before I get on another call. But you guys know I have this Keurig up here, which I totally love. And I recently got this little box to store all my K-cups in. So I can link it down below. So I'm gonna do pumpkin spice. All right, so I'm gonna be getting on another call here in a little bit, but I was a little bit hungry, and this next call is gonna be like a little over an hour, so I have a little bit until I'm gonna eat lunch. So I went downstairs and I got a banana. And then I normally have those little cups of peanut butter, but I didn't have them today, so I just got some peanut butter on a spoon, and I'm gonna eat it with the banana, which is like one of the best ways to eat a banana is with peanut butter. And then I'll catch back up with you for lunch. All right, guys, well, it's lunchtime and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna make soup. I am making probably like ham and cheese wrap, and then I'm gonna have one of these cups of broccoli cheddar soup. But I wanna thank MyFitnessPal for sponsoring today's What I Eat in a Day video. When I got an email asking if I would like to work with them, I had to pinch myself because I personally have been using MyFitnessPal for over 10 years. I went back in and looked at the first weight I ever logged, and it was in April of 2011. So it's been a long time I've had an account and been using them. Honestly, the thing that I really like most about MyFitnessPal is that it has allowed me to track my weight over time. And I also like that when I am looking to sort of motivate myself in the department of like health goals, eating, it's not really a rigid diet plan. A lot of you have asked me if I'm still doing paleo. No, I'm not doing strict paleo. I did try out a program a couple months back that was kind of basically like an elimination diet. It was sort of similar to Whole30 in that you started cutting things out of your diet, and then you would eat different things and kind of pay attention to how you felt. And I did keep a food journal during that time, and what I found was that overall, when I eat less processed foods, more whole foods, less sugar, I feel a lot better and I have a lot more energy. And in the end, that's really what I want. Obviously, if I lose some weight, then that's a good side effect of that, but really I just want to feel good. So sort of what I've been doing now is really concentrating more on what I want to add to my diet and less on what I want to subtract. And so it's more about making sure that I get like the correct foods and nutrients in rather than subtracting things, because I'm not one of those people that's just gonna give up pizza and beer and you know, whatever. Obviously I don't have those things every single day, but I'm just not the type of person. And plus I really love to cook, you know, new and different things. And so I'm just not the type of person that's gonna cut those things out of my life forever, because I don't know, that's just how I feel. I mean, some people are really successful on, you know, super restrictive eating plans and some are not. But that's really the thing that I like about using MyFitnessPal, and especially with the premium membership, which is something that I actually got earlier this year. It really allows you to customize your goals. So like for me, it's less important for me to count calories and more important for me to count the specific macronutrients that I want to track. So for example, I have my particular home screen or my dashboard set up to track protein, sugar, and fiber, because my goals right now are to get in as much good protein and fiber as I can and cut back on less added sugar. So that doesn't necessarily mean like cutting out all grains and all, you know, junk food from my diet. But what it does mean is that I need to make room for those better foods. At the end of the day, that ends out, you know, pushing out some of the junk food. It's much more helpful for me to use like MyFitnessPal in this way than it is to count calories. So if you're into tracking your macros, or you want to do low carb, or you just want to do calorie counting, they even have a tracker that you can use for heart health. It's super easy to do that within the app. Like I said, the thing I really love about MyFitnessPal is just the ability to track your progress over time. So whether that's tracking your weight, which I do that regularly, you can also take pictures and, you know, track your progress that way. You can also document inches, so like your waist circumference, your neck circumference, all of those things, and that way you can see what progress you're making other than just weight loss. The good thing too about the MyFitnessPal Premium is you really have access to a bunch of stuff in the app, like access workout plans, meal plans from dietitians, plus you can get support from other members, which is always awesome. If you guys want to be friends with me on MyFitnessPal, you can just search me up on there. I'm just Jen Chapin, just like I am everywhere else. The best part is that MyFitnessPal is offering my viewers a month free of the premium membership. So you can go to chapin.myfitnesspal.com and use code Chapin. You're gonna get a month free to try out the premium membership. I highly recommend it. So I'll have that link down below where you can check that out if you're in the app, you can just use code Chapin again to get that free month of the premium membership. Okay, so I'm gonna heat up my soup, and then while I'm doing that, I'll kind of show you some of the scanning capabilities that you get with MyFitnessPal, because another thing too about the premium is that you can scan foods with your camera and it will calculate the calories and macros and protein and everything. I know. Crazy, right? Okay, so with my soup, I'm gonna make a wrap. This is gonna be similar to the wrap that I made for Adam this morning, except I'm gonna make mine with ham and Swiss cheese. So I've got a wrap here. These are actually, I got these at Sam's Club. They are Santa Fe Tortilla Company, and I like them because they're high fiber. They're actually keto compliant, if that's something you're interested in, but I haven't tried them yet, so we're gonna see. Okay, so I'm putting on some of this everything aioli. So let me show you guys how the scanner works with MyFitnessPal. Okay, so all you're gonna do is go to whatever meal you're doing, add food, and then you just scan the barcode with your phone camera and it pops up everything aioli, Terrapin Ridge Farms, and it has all of the nutrition ingredients there. And then you just choose add it and it will add it to that particular meal. Let's say, for example, I'm gonna use the camera to scan this ham. We'll see what happens. It actually came up as deli sliced ham. Isn't that cool? 1 serving. So all I have to do is add it. Boom. Yeah, so that can be helpful. I mean, if you are a person that's really trying to track your calories really closely, you know, sometimes, especially with food that you don't know what the nutrition content is, you know, sometimes that can be frustrating to people. So I'm gonna put some arugula on here because it's another way for me to get some greens in. I do have a green smoothie some mornings, but I didn't feel like it this morning. I felt like avocado toast. So I've got tomato, arugula, Swiss, and ham, and my everything aioli. I'm gonna roll this up, give it a little bit of a smash, cut it in half, boom. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and scan my soup. And there it goes. Broccoli cheddar soup, single serving. Holla! I'll tell you guys tonight, I'll give you a debrief on what my nutrition facts were for the day, just so you can get an idea. You can also set it up if losing weight is your goal. I actually have mine set up to lose 1 pound a week, which I feel like is pretty attainable, but I also feel like it gives me like a decent number of calories, so I don't feel like I'm on a starvation diet. All right, so here's my lunch. I've got broccoli cheese soup, put some crackers in there, and I've got my wrap. I'm gonna eat this, get back to work. Okay, so for dinner tonight, I am going to basically kind of make leftovers because I've got this carne asada meat that I made this weekend. So we're gonna use that for dinner. I think I'm gonna make myself kind of like a salad slash burrito bowl. I'm gonna make Adam a torta since I have some extra rolls, and then Connor will probably have a quesadilla. So I've just got my griddle preheating over here. I'm gonna toast up some bread, and then I'm gonna slice up some jalapeno and onion to saute with the steak. All right, I wanted to show you guys this avocado keeper. I got it on Amazon. I can link it down below. It's like 10 bucks, but it works perfectly for keeping like halves of avocados in the fridge. It's a cool little thing. It's got this like stretchy top. So I'm sauteing onions and peppers, and I cut up some tomato. I'm gonna saute my steak. I got out some lettuce. I got out some cheese. I've got my griddle going here. I gave the onions and the peppers a head start just because they take a little bit longer. And then I added the steak. So I'm just gonna basically warm that through. Especially if you're like prepping carne asada ahead of time or any like steak like this, I would undercook it a little bit so that when you go to heat it back up, it doesn't get overdone. But I'm just going to continue to let this cook through. I'll add a little bit of cheese to the top to let it melt, and then I'm just kind of toasting buns here on the griddle so those get nice and toasty as well. Okay, so I know this is a what I eat in a day, not what I feed my family in a day, because I just showed you the tortas that I made for Adam, but I had to go take care to swim, pick Connor up, and now I'm home, and so I made dinner for myself. I just made like kind of a steak carne asada salad type deal. I'm gonna help you. So there's some steak in there that I cooked on the griddle with a little bit of cheese, and I put some shredded lettuce in there, tomato, some of that Mexican crema, some mashed avocado, and some cilantro. So I'm gonna eat this, and then I have about 20 minutes before I have to go pick Kira up from swim. I fed him, and he hasn't eaten yet, so maybe you should go eat your food, Murphy. Anyway, so I'm gonna eat this for dinner and I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, good morning. So I didn't really check back in with you last night, so I wanted to kind of do a debrief and let you guys know how all of my tracking went in MyFitnessPal, what nutrients I got in and didn't get in, what my total calories were, all of that, just because I think it's interesting. Obviously, the more data that you have, the more informed decisions you can make, right? So that's one thing I like about tracking stuff. Okay, so yesterday I tracked my breakfast, which was avocado toast, my lunch, which was a ham and cheese wrap and broccoli cheese soup, and then my dinner, which was basically like steak carne asada salad. And then for snacks, I had a banana and peanut butter, and then I also, which I didn't share with you guys, had some Triscuits and some cottage cheese. I also have my Apple Watch connected to MyFitnessPal, which is super easy to do. Also, you can do it if you have a Fitbit, and basically it will automatically import your steps into the app. If you're calorie counting, you can kind of get credit for the activity that you do. It will adjust your overall calories for the day. For water, I had 6 cups of water. I probably should have had a little bit more, but let's look at the nutrition. So mostly what I am looking at as opposed to calories is how much protein I'm getting in. And the reason why I'm paying attention to that is because obviously if I eat things that have protein and fiber, some of those things tend to be obviously like more whole foods, healthier for me. And then also that helps fill you up. So you're not having like those blood sugar crashes from eating, you know, candy and junk food. So I had 99 grams of protein yesterday. That's okay with me. I think I set my goal at 112 grams, but it's fine. For fiber, which is another thing I'm tracking, I had 37 total grams of fiber, which is awesome. The daily goal is normally around 25 to 30. So I was actually over on fiber, which is fantastic. And then the other thing I'm tracking is sugar. So mostly what I'm trying to look at is in terms of added sugars. So I'm not necessarily concerned about like naturally occurring sugar in cottage cheese or bananas and stuff like that. I'm more concerned about processed added sugar. So another thing I wanted to show you guys is if you have the MyFitnessPal Premium, let's say you wanted to look further into your fiber and see what you ate during the day that contributed to that the most, you can actually tap on that particular nutrient and then it will show you what you ate in the total grams of fiber from highest amount of fiber to lowest. So I can see here that the avocado was actually the thing that I ate was the highest in fiber. The next was the wrap I had for lunch, followed by the whole wheat bread, followed by a banana. So I always think that's interesting. And then I think it's interesting too that you can basically look at a pie chart that tells you what meals were highest in fiber. So you can do the same with protein. You can see that obviously the steak that I ate last night was the highest amount of protein, followed by cottage cheese, followed by broccoli cheddar soup, etc. So I think that's a really cool feature that you don't get with just the regular MyFitnessPal, you know, membership. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and complete my diary for the day and I'm done. That's basically it. Yesterday, I would say I did a pretty good job of making sure I got my veggies and fruit in. I always feel like if you start off the day right, you know, like good nutritious food, then it's just easier to kind of like keep that going throughout the day. Obviously, I'm not perfect. I still eat junk food at times, right? Actually, I thought it was funny yesterday that I was filming this video because I was reading comments when I was going to pick Connor up from swim because I'm always trying to like multitask, and I was just standing out there in the hall waiting for him and I was scrolling through comments. Wow, I have never noticed how jacked up your teeth are. Which I think is a funny comment because as you can see, like I got braces to like fix my teeth, and I do realize, and I've talked about this before, that my teeth look even more jacked up now, and it will not be like this forever because of this one tooth that still needs to be moved down. But my teeth were so crowded that they have to do some other things first before they pull that one down. I don't really understand what people think they're accomplishing with comments like that. I mean, obviously they're just being critical of others on the internet. I understand that people are going to criticize you. Yes, I get that. Like, I put my life out there. 99% of people are positive. There are going to be those people that criticize you, right? The internet really gives people a chance to say things that they wouldn't normally say in real life to like real people. I don't know really what people are trying to, you know, accomplish with comments like that. So I was looking up some articles. There's one, actually, I'll link it if you want to read it. It says, "Why people are overly critical and how to deal with them." This lady talks about how she's guilty of being overly critical. "It's an unfortunate behavior of recovering perfectionists. When someone was successful, I'd assume that they worked too hard and criticize them for having no life." I've gotten that before. "When someone was beautiful, I'd assume they were vacant and criticize them for being vain. When someone was well off, I'd assume it was handed to them and criticize them for being entitled. When someone was loved and had close relationships, I'd stalk and obsess about them to find flaws in their character to criticize. During the most bitter time of my life, I wasn't aware I was doing this." Basically, she talks about while she was going through therapy, she discovered an honest truth about humans. Those who are hard on others are hardest on themselves. I totally agree with that. Thank you guys for watching this video. I actually don't have any makeup on today because I'm getting my eyebrows microbladed. Wish me luck. I've never had this done before. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching today's video. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about topics that you may or may not find interesting. I really do recommend the MyFitnessPal Premium. If you guys want to get a free month of that, I'll have a link in the description box below. Make sure you check that out. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.